I couldn't even bear to watch it in the sitting room. I couldn't bear to stay on the settee. I was actually behind the door, in the hall, watching through that narrow crack in the door with a hat right down over my head, and every so often I would lift it up just to see how he was doing.
Every time I watched on telly, Dennis would miss. And it got to the point, and my wife Linda was with me, that I would go out the room, and she'd say, "No, Davis has missed."
And he's missed it.
It was just out of the depth, you know, frightened rabbits in the headlights. I suppose it was destined to go to the last ball. It was just destined because I don't think we made a 10 break.
Steve Davis, 5.
I think I'd rather have one of my teeth pulled out without anaesthetic than watch any part of that final.
I remember, God rest his soul, the great Cliff Wilson, the Welsh professional who was a great potter. I remember him saying to me, he said, "I've never seen safety like that." There was a spell in that match where we kept flicking balls along the top cushion, hitting them very thin so that you wouldn't push it over a pocket. Our safety was good.
Well, a terrific shot from Dennis Taylor there from that position.
I had the job of presenting the Youth Cup each year, and Dennis won it 2 years running, I think. And the next year, another boy from the class beat him, and he took it very bad. He wanted to win.
Yeah.
Dennis wanted to win.
Concentration written all over his face, looking for his first world title.
Never rushed himself, never, you know, he
Had his
took
pace.
things, had his own pace, and even in football he was the same, you know, he took his own thing at his own pace, but always got there.
If someone who you admire and look at thinks, you know, they can do it, you think to yourself, I can do it too.
I had to pot the ball into the yellow pocket, run offside and bottom cushion, come back up the table, past a ball that was covering, and I underhit it fractionally, and I was using the rest. And I started to grip hold of the rest tighter and tighter, and we had a fight over the rest. I might have won it then. That could have been that close.
I was trying to run take your pick in the back room and couldn't see. I had two runners. Every shot was played coming, you know, he's living another break.
The worst place that Steve can finish is straight on the green.
Someone was saying, you know, forget about take your pick. So I just downed everything, came out, and couldn't get near the TV. Couldn't even see the TV.
Steve Davis's focus was amazing. I remember him fluking the green, and he just stiffly walked round the table and carried on as if nothing had happened.
Steve wasn't really a human being, he was a machine. Steve Davis was built, trained, educated to win snooker tournaments, and he was a well-oiled machine.
"18 points in it, 22 points on the table. This frame now been going 55 minutes, the longest frame of the final.
It was a very exciting match, and 17-year-olds don't really like snooker, but I had to watch it because I wanted to watch what was after it.
When we got to the Brown, I'd made my mind up then, right, this is probably the last chance to win the world title. Have a go at whatever's there. If it's any sort of chance, have a go at it.
Dennis had a go. Very tense moments here now at the Crucible Theatre.
The atmosphere in the place was alive, it was absolutely buzzing.
You were seen often talking to yourself on TV. People thought you'd been touched with madness at some stages because it had went on for that long.
Well, it was a mixture of both. I was having a little quiet chat to my mum, but that probably the muttering would have been. And Steve's friends who were up in the gods, I couldn't see them, We used to call them the Romford crowd. They used to travel with Steve. They were all, nice blokes, but there used to be 7 or 8 of them. And they were up there, and they had this Romford chant, when you made a mistake, you could hear coming from the gods, "Come on, Steve, go on, my son." And they really did get me a little bit angry, angry enough to keep me going without cracking completely.
Moving the black just might help Dennis. He wants the 4 balls.
Afford to go for the pot. He only wanted the 1 ball.
He was 33 to 1 prior to the World Championship. Myself and a fella from town here called Brendan Campbell. We had a £10 bet on, so he wasn't going to lose because we couldn't afford to lose £10.
And the brown that I potted down the cushion was one of the best shots I think I've ever played under that sort of pressure. And then I'm left with the tricky blue. At this stage, the crowd were it was incredible. And the pink was quite difficult as well.
The final frame, the final black.
I don't know why I went and kissed the little lady on the top of the trophy before I took the double on in the black. I don't know to this day why I did that. It must have been I'm going to win you here with this shot, or I'm going to lose you.
It was an unbelievably brave, stroke foolish shot to take on.
It was, although if I go for the double and I miss it, at least I've gone down trying to pull a double off.
I have never known an atmosphere like this.
Once again, please.
John Williams, our referee, trying to keep the crowd in order.
I didn't want anybody in particular to win. I just wanted a winner. And if you like, let's all go home.
A good one.
You can train and practice all you like, but I think sometimes you get to maximum pressure, and you can't get any more than maximum, and maximum's enough for anybody.
I'm sure Dennis wouldn't mind my saying he chanced his arm and it's come out lucky.
The fascinating thing about snooker is sometimes the best tension type snooker is the stuff where people are missing. When it's 100 break, 100 break, 100 break, and nobody's missing a ball, no tension. Really, in its own way, there's no tension. Everybody starts missing, the crowd get at it as well. So the crowd's at it, I'm at it, everybody's at it. Nobody can hold their arms still.
That was the biggest shot of his life.
What a twitch. I missed that black by so far. It nearly came up and in the pocket I was leaning over. I went back to my seat and I thought, there's no way Steve Davis will miss the black.
I always get a bit upset. People think it was closer than it was, but black was miles away from the pocket. No, it was potable.